When you scalp now, it's different, because when you scalp, scalping, you are trying to, you know what we call try to make $1 out of 15 cents. You are trying to use this small opportunities that you get to make some dollars, just a few dollars, Nyana, and then you're okay. But the problem is that scalping is very risky, because if you just interpret the market a short time, then there and day, not tomorrow, there and day, the market will go far, far, far away from you. And it will be hard for it to retrace. Why? Because you'll be using a smaller time frame.
Okay.
Yeah, so those are the advantages and disadvantages of time frames. So I don't know if you're okay on time frames.
Yes.
Sorry. Okay, how about market sessions?
Well, yeah, we can also touch that.
Okay, no problem. So when we talk about market sessions, in as much as the forex industry functions for 24 hours for 5 days in a week, they are what you call sessions. These sessions, this is when the central or major players in the forex industry, they are active. So market sessions, they begin from Australia, Sydney. That is the first session. And also, one thing you have to notice that market sessions, they have their own pairs. They have their own pairs. If you have noticed, mostly the NZD and the OD, these pairs, they move much during the night. If you check, usually you just wake up and you find your OD trade, it have moved maybe 100 to 150 pips. Have you noticed? In the JPY, yes.
Sorry, NZD and JPY.
The NZD, JPY, OD, these trades, these pairs, they move mostly in the night.
Okay.
Yes. And if
I think I've noticed that.
Huh?
NZD pairs and JPY.
Yes.
Pairs, yeah?
You just wake up. If you're in a sale, hey, if you had placed the wrong trade, you just wake up and then your account is gone. Okay. What happens is that is because in the night around 12, the Sydney session, it opens. But the thing is, the Sydney session is the smallest session. Then it opens and begins to run, the Sydney session. So when the Sydney session begins to run, it means that it is the mostly associated with OD pair. And the NZD. Well, these are the countries that work together, or that are interlinked. So that is the time that the OD pair will be moving more. So around the 2, then the JPY market, the Tokyo session begins. In Japan, they wake up, then they start to trade. So that's why the Japanese yen, it moves. So now there's what we call overlapping. The Tokyo session, it overlaps with the Asian session, because the whole of Asia will be awake. So even this, what do you call this, CNY pair, it moves a lot. So now the Japanese now, it have a lot of movement. That is from around 2 a.m. Why? Because the Japanese market now, the Japanese are the biggest investors in the world. So there's a lot of movement from China, Japan, India, from all those Asian countries. There's a lot of movement. So that is why their pairs move. So now when it overlapping, we're talking about the sessions meeting, you know, like it's a session. So the Tokyo session and the Sydney session, they overlap. It means that there is a bit of more power with them. Why? Because now there are 2 sessions which are functioning, which means more investors and more traders are moving funds and are trading funds. You see? But then even though they move, they don't have that much power. So around in the morning, around 8, when I say around 8, this is GMT plus 2. I'm not sure about Kenya, but this is GMT plus 2.
Kenya is plus 3.
Plus 3, right? So which means it's around 9 in Kenya, right?
Yes.
The London session, it then opens. So now when the London session opens, that's why you see in the morning, that's when most trades start to happen. That's when most pairs starts to make a movement. It's because London is one of the greatest market sessions. And also, you know, in London, Britain, Europe, that's where there's all the money. That's where everything is done. Yes. So that's when the market starts to move in a proper direction. You see, those who do BTMM, they'll start to tell you that now we are trading now. Why? Because the
Yes.
Asian session, there are sessions, there's a lot of market marking and whatever they call it. So then that's when the market movement starts to happen. Okay. So now around 9, then around 2, that's when the
Yes.
New York session
US.
opens. Yes, which is
Uh-huh.
the American session. That's when it opens.
Yes.
So now when the American session opens now, a lot begins to happen there. That's why you see in the afternoon around 2, there's a movement, the market rushes haphazardly, a lot happens there. Okay, so that's what happens. So that's all about sessions. So you have to know Europe, it means the euro, the GBP, the CHF,
Yes.
they move a lot. So now you'll be combining the OD, the CHF, the euro, they move a lot. And then in the afternoon, that's when the CAD and the US dollar moves more. You have to master that.
Yes.
CAD and US dollar, they move more in the afternoon.
Okay.
Yes. And you have to note also this thing, the CAD and the United States dollar, they are correlated. You see, whenever oil is mentioned, just know that the CAD will also be affected. Whenever they mention oil, just know that CAD will be affected. So this news about the oil in the United States, it affects the CAD. Usually that news happens around 4. Around 4 every Wednesday around 4, if I'm correct. That news, it affects the card. I just saw that you had to know it. And also gold, this XAUSD pair is correlated with the US dollar and gold and the Japanese yen. Why? Because the Japanese, they are the biggest investors. So gold is the, I don't know how you call it, is the investment mineral. You see, if someone wants to save their money, their value, they save in gold. So if they are not saving in gold, they are saving in US dollar. If they're not saving in US dollar, they are saving in gold. So whenever the US dollar is falling, just know that gold will be buying. Why? Because the investors will be taking their money from the US dollar to gold. And whenever gold is falling, just know that US dollar is buying, because the investors in Japan, they'll be taking their money from gold to the US dollar, you see. So that is how those pairs, that is how they correlate. Okay, so I hope that I'm talking some sense.
Now,
Yes.
regarding what is the right time to probably, as they overlap, to place a trade? Because I realize that at some point.
Okay, so now it all comes down to the strategy that you use. It depends on the strategy that you use. Are you a sentimental? Are you a technical? Because if you are a technical trader, there is no right time or wrong time. Any time is still time. You can place a trade whenever you see an opportunity after your retest is confirmed. You can take your trade. Any time is still time.
Yes.
Yeah. So
I realize sometimes there are these full fake movements where you place a trade, then you are on a buy. It goes slowly, then it changes direction.
Okay, so that one, it is a perspective from people who are market makers, people who trade the BTMM strategy. They are the ones who share that perspective. Yes, to them, it is a fake movement. To them, why I say to them is because when you come to the technical side, to me, I'll be seeing a retest. To us, it will be a retest now. You see, when the trade have broken out, breakout, it have to come to retest. So after retest, it takes the proper direction. So to us, it is not a fake movement. To us, it is a retest. You see? So you see now it all comes down to the strategy that you use. What do you use to trade? If you are like us, then if you are a technical trader, then it means that it is a retest. But if you are a sentimental trader, it can be a fake out.
Okay.
Yes. So that's what happens. So they are very right. They see fake out. But us, we see retest. When the market breaks out, it have to retest. So after it have retested, I see my opportunity, I buy or I sell. And I make money. I make profit. It's so funny. It's so funny, you know. It's so funny. That's one thing I like about the forex industry. It have got room for everyone. It have got room for every mindset. It have got room for every perspective. You know, forex, you can take it like a child. The market, you can personalize it and do whatever you want with it. You can personalize it. Look at this now. They are able to personalize it and they call it a fake out. We are able to personalize it and we call it a retest. And someone else is seeing whatever. Someone else will be seeing a time for a trade, to take a trade. Some they call it a pullback. Some they call it what? That's one good about forex trading. It is willing, it is open to accommodate everybody. Everybody, no matter where you're coming from, no matter who you are, the forex market is ready to accommodate you. Whatever you want to do with it, it's like the Bible. The Bible, you can steal with it. You can kill with it. You can also give life with it. You can also stop people from stealing with it. Yeah, so that is the mystery in the forex industry. Yes, sir. You are still there. Hello.